I want to talk about cardiovascular disease today. Of course, doctors always point to cholesterol and saturated fat as the boogeyman. They've demonized it for, 115 years. And it's one of those things where there's not a single cardiovascular disease that is caused by cholesterol or saturated fat. Congestive heart failure is a disease of a deficiency of a single vitamin. We've known that for 300 years. It was actually discovered by a Japanese naval surgeon 300 years ago. Congestive heart failure, we get people off the heart transplant list just by supplementing with the 90 essential nutrients and extra of that one vitamin. And their doctors takes them off of 21 prescription drugs and gets them off the heart transplant list. This is one of those things where the medical doctors have just gone off in the wrong direction for many different reasons. It's one of the reasons why most Americans will be standing at a gravesite burying their children. Cardiomyopathy heart disease, I'm kind of an expert at that by default. I've done 1,700 autopsies on kids under the age of 10 that have died of cardiomyopathy heart disease. In Chinese, it's called Kishan disease, and published. And so it's indisputable that I did it. Okay, it's one of those things that's predictable as gravity. It was caused by deficiency of a single mineral. We've known that, and it's easy to prevent and reverse. Let's see here. When you have atherosclerosis or clogging of the arteries with plaque, it has nothing to do with cholesterol or saturated fat. It's actually caused by inflammation, eating fried foods, processed meats with nitrates and nitrites, oils and glutens. And if we find atherosclerosis and plaque in sheep and animals that eat nothing but grass and grains and so forth, blood clots are not caused by cholesterol or saturated fat. Blood clots, thrombotic stroke in the brain, coronary thrombosis, and coronary arteries are caused by a deficiency of omega-3 essential fatty acids. There are a ratio problem between omega-3, 6s, and 9s. It's one of my 9 lawsuits against the FDA in federal court, which I prevailed. High blood pressure has nothing to do with cholesterol or saturated fat. High blood pressure, very common disease, can be a symptom of many diseases, but certainly can be caused directly by deficiencies of certain minerals, and it could be a complication or a side effect of what's called, quote, kidney failure, unquote, which is really a vascular disease of these blood vessels supplying the dirty blood to the filtering units in the kidneys. And so it's very easy to support and promote healthy blood pressure and support and promote healthy blood flow through obstructed arteries. Stroke, again, thrombotic stroke, where you get a blood clot in the brain, is actually caused by an omega-3 essential fatty acid deficiency. It has nothing to do with cholesterol and saturated fat. And then dementia. There's vascular dementia, where you get a obstructive artery disease in the brain, atherosclerosis in the arteries in the brain, very similar to the same thing in the coronary arteries in the heart, the blood vessels in the eye, the kidneys, and you don't get enough oxygen and food into the brain, and you start getting dementia. And, of course, a lot of times doctors, I don't know what, it's a very high percentage, when you have vascular dementia, the doctor is going to call it Alzheimer's disease because in the insurance code book, they get paid more for Alzheimer's disease. There's no law that says you can't get vascular dementia, Korsakoff syndrome, which is a deficiency of a single vitamin, Wernicke-Korsakoff, which is a deficiency of that vitamin, and also MS, multiple sclerosis, combined with it. Then there's Alzheimer's disease. Alzheimer's disease is actually a deficiency of cholesterol. It's a deficiency. You heard me. It's a deficiency of cholesterol, and we've known this, since the '60s when I was doing my big project with the National Institutes of Health and Center for the Biology of the Natural System. 20,000 autopsies, 10 million chemistries, 10 million slides of special stains. The book is in the Smithsonian Institute as a national treasure, and I want you to appreciate that I knew these things back in 1971, and everybody laughed at me saying, Wallach, come on, you're a veterinarian. You're not even a doctor, for goodness sakes, because I hadn't gotten my degree in naturopathic medicine at that time, had not finished my postdoctoral fellowship in comparative pathology as of yet, and I'm writing 75 scientific papers. I'm pointing all this stuff out, getting them published in scientific journals of all kinds, and everybody's laughing at me. Well, here we are in 2016, and everybody's kind of coming along now. Oh, eggs are good for you, good for your memory, good for brain function. Well, I said that in 1971 in publications. It's actually published in Acta Pathologica, a wonderful pathology journal, comparative pathology journal out of Denmark. It was actually translated into 8 languages. And so I was beginning to raise the flag back then in 1971. I'm just so excited that we now have people who need our information. So I want you to get the book, Epigenetics, The Death of the Genetic Theory of Disease Transmission. The book, the DVD, and the CD, Dead Doctors Don't Lie. Epigenetics is a bestseller in Amazon. Dead Doctors Don't Lie. That book, we sold over 10 million copies. The CD We've sold over 350 million copies. They're still going out the door, like 50,000 a week. And it's in 9 languages. It's in French. It's in Portuguese. It's in Spanish. It is in Mandarin and Cantonese and Chinese. It's in Japanese. It's in Korean. It is in Punjabi, which is one of the main Indian dialects from India, and so forth. And so everybody should be loaning these CDs out. Dead Doctors Don't Lie, listening to it over and over and over and over, so you know that if we don't take over the health of America, our children will be the first generation of Americans who do not live as long as their parents. I just can't tolerate the picture of parents standing at your graveside burying their 2-year-old kids, their 5-year-old kids, their 10-year-old kids. And when wounded warriors come back, they have PTSD and they commit suicide, they're 25 years old, there's somebody's kid. There's still somebody's kid dying before the parents. Get the book, Epigenetics, Dead Doctors Don't Lie, and Rare Earth Ventures, and let's save America together. And we'll be back after these messages. Okay, Doug, what pearls of wisdom do you have for us?
Well, I thought we'd talk a bit about drug costs, as I have a Fox News story here headlined, Insufficient Prescribing Costs Billions of Healthcare Dollars. Say the U.S. between 2010 and 2012, nearly $73 billion was spent on brand-name medications instead of less expensive alternatives, according to this new study that was authored by Dr. Michael Johansson of the Ohio State University. And he's quoted as saying, prescription drug prescribing during the time of this paper was not efficient and still isn't efficient. Say one way to make prescribing more efficient is to order less expensive generic drugs to take the place of brand-name medications. For example, instead of prescribing AstraZeneca's Crestor, a statin for lowering high cholesterol, doctors might prescribe rosuvastatin, which is a less expensive generic form of Crestor. Another less widely accepted approach is known as therapeutic substitution, which is where the patient would take a generic rather than the brand name. Might receive atorvastatin, for example, which is a generic form of Pfizer's Lipitor, or receive simvastatin, which is the generic form of Merck's Zocor. And Johansson and his co-author, Dr. Carolyn Richardson of the University of Michigan, Ann Arbor, analyzed 2010 to 2012 data on 107,000 medication users. This was all reported in the Journal of the American Medical Association's Internal Medicine. Is that about 62% of the participants reported using prescription drugs, and about 1/3 were using a medication that was eligible for therapeutic substitution. Of the $760 billion spent on prescription drugs during the study, about $73 billion may have been unnecessarily spent on brand-name drugs, researchers found. And they say about nearly $25 billion of the $175 billion that patients paid out of pocket for their drugs during that time might have been saved by therapeutic substitution. The key to moving toward therapeutic substitution is to coordinate with doctors. It might be a case that the patient needs to take a specific generic drug for a specific reason. And I would contend that, as far as it goes for the statins, they probably shouldn't even be taking them at all, and then they wouldn't be spending any money. And, a lot of these drugs are just superfluous because the doctor is prescribing them so he can pad his wallet.
Yeah, and of course the doctor picks those brand names because, there's a little gal coming in hot pants with long legs and takes him out to dinner and a martini and who knows what all else. And so that's why they send those kind of salespeople out to drive the doctors to write prescriptions for those brand names. As long as he's getting the dates, he's writing the prescriptions with those brand names. Now, one of the terrible side effects of these drugs, of course, the pharmaceutical companies, Doug, they make trillions, with a T, trillions of dollars every year on the sale of statin drugs alone. Now, the side effect, the results, the unintended consequence, but they knew about it. It's not like they didn't know, but the unintended consequence of the patient, when they take these drugs to lower cholesterol, they get low T, low testosterone, they get ED, erectile dysfunction, they get menopause at age 30, they get adrenal exhaustion, and they get the big one, they get Alzheimer's disease. Alzheimer's disease is a deficiency of cholesterol and other nutrients, primarily cholesterol. And so when people take statin drugs to lower cholesterol, they get on a cholesterol-restricted diet, and they're eating egg white omelets, and they're eating egg beaters, which are oil. They're using margarine instead of butter. They're using all these salad dressings, cooking oils instead of lard and cream. Guess what? not only are they going to be in trouble and have all these other diseases, make the pharmaceutical companies happy because they're Cialis and Viagra, they're getting all that stuff and hormones for women. But you have a miserable life and you'll be burying your kids. In fact, with dead doctors don't lie for these messages. Okay, Doug, let's go to callers.
All right, let's head to California. And Corisa, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Corisa, you're on the air. Hi.
Hi.
How can we help you?
I have a 2-year-old with constipation, and she's had it most of her life. And I've tried going gluten-free and, trying to change our diet and everything, and added in Tropical Plus. I do about a teaspoon of that. And I get about 1 EFA, and we still have trouble with her going poop, and I don't know what else could I do.
All right. When she goes, like little goat pellets, little beads the size of a pea, or does she have a bowel movement, a solid one-piece bowel?
Most of the time, it's like kind of like a shard. She doesn't like to go, so she holds it, and then I have to do a suppository to get it out.
Okay. And does she have a bowel movement once a day with help, or does she have one once every 2 or 3 days? Or
about 2 to 3 days.
Okay. Now, does she have any skin problems, any eczema, dermatitis, or psoriasis?
No, she doesn't.
No dry skin, no rough skin on the back of her arms like chicken skin, anything like that?
She has white spots.
Okay, and on the back of her arms, her thighs, or her face, or where are the white spots at?
On her back of her arms and a little bit on her legs.
Okay, now are these the size of the head of a pin?
A little bit bigger.
A little bit bigger. And are they raised a little bit, or are they just white spots on the skin?
Some of them are just white spots, and then there's some that do have a little bit of raise.
Okay. And do you have any other children?
Yes, I have a 7-month-old.
Okay, and does this 7-month-old have any problems? Respiratory problems, asthma, bronchitis, skin problems, bowel problems?
He has eczema.
Okay. All right.
But I tried your nightly essence, and that I started that about a week ago, and it took that away.
Okay, good.
So
the skin. Mm-hmm. Now, let's see here. How much does a 2-year-old weigh?
30 pounds.
Okay, and how much does a 7-month-old weigh?
He's about 21 pounds.
Whoa, he's a big boy.
Yes, he is. He was 24 inches long when he was born.
Oh, my, a giant. He's going to be a basketball player. Okay, well, this is a Char thing. We're going to be going to a break here in just a moment, but, Char, what would you say is the basic problem here?
Well, I know it's a gluten intolerance for sure.
Oh, yeah. And this is not unusual. You have 2 kids, and one of them will have the skin problems. Another one has the bowel problems. You have a 3rd child may have asthma. You have a 4th child would have all 3. This is definitely a gluten problem. And Char and I'll come back, and we'll give you a program after these messages. Okay, Doug, we're going right back to California and Corisa. Okay, Char, what would you give these kids, and what kind of diet would you put them on? You said the gluten-free diet, but what would you get out of their diets?
All wheat, barley, rye, and oats, and any burnt animal fat, no oils, obviously.
No fried foods.
No fried foods, right?
Yeah. No processed meats.
Right.
And what program would you give these kids? The little guy, 7 months old, is 21 pounds. He's almost as big as a 2-year-old girl who's 30 pounds. What would you give them?
Well, I give them the kids toddy. Don't they have the kids toddy yet?
Yeah, I have a kids toddy, which is good. It's a liquid, and it'd be 1 teaspoon for 20 pounds of body weight. And also, I would give them a teaspoon of the minerals. Okay, Cherry Mints would probably be a good thing to give them. A teaspoon of the minerals at the other meal. And then the EFA pluses. They got to have the EFA pluses, and I would give them the EFA pluses, one or two of those, one with each meal, say. And if they don't, too big to swallow for them, they can go ahead and puncture the EFA pluses and put them in a teaspoon of applesauce and stir it up real good and give it to them that way. And what would you do? What would you do for the constipation? The mama, Corisa, already did it. She's already given them the herbal rainforest, a teaspoon of that at bedtime with a little bit of water. Why would you think that it's not working perfectly?
Well, partially because of the gluten, but the others, maybe she could add, give her a little bit more. Try that.
Not their body weight. I wouldn't go much more than a teaspoon. Be concerned about getting screaming diarrhea going the other direction. But Corisa, are you gluten-free?
Yes, I just started about a month ago for my son because I breastfeed.
Okay, so he's gluten-free and you're now gluten-free. What about the husband and daddy?
When he's at work, he will eat out, but here in the house, I try to keep it, as gluten-free as possible.
Okay, do you have a dog or a cat?
I have a dog.
Okay, feeding dry dog food?
I believe she is. Yeah.
Well, if you're getting dry dog food, you need to read the label and see what the first four ingredients are. Invariably, the first four ingredients in dog food, unless it says right on the label in big bold letters, gluten-free, the first four ingredients are going to be all of or one or two of wheat, barley, rye, and oats. And just the pets in their hair and the dust around their feed bowl, taking the food out of the bag and putting it into their feed bowl is enough to contaminate you and the kids, the rugs, the couches they lay on with the kids and so forth. And so even the dog food's got to be gluten-free. Everybody's got to be obsessively gluten-free. Otherwise, there could be serious problems with these kids, okay?
Okay. And what about chicken food? Does that usually contain gluten in it?
Yeah, you got to read the label. There's an 800 number there, and they usually have ingredients, like dextran and stuff like that. You can get dextran from 15 different things, so you need to call up their company on their 800 number, find out where to get their dextran. You can get chicken rice soup, and they'll use wheat flour to thicken it. Chicken vegetable soup, and they'll use wheat flour to thicken it. So you need to call that 800 number, find out what's in it, to be safe, maximize absorption. At 25 to 50 healthy years old, kids a lot of it. And we'll be back with Dead Doctors on Live News Messages.
Let's head to Arizona and Alba. You're on with Dr. Wallach.
So, Alba, you're on the air.
Yes. Hello.
Hello, how can we help you?
Yes, hi, Dr. Wallach. I have a question for a little boy. His age is 4 years, 45 inches, and 49 pounds.
Okay.
And this little boy is very hyperactive.
Hyperactive?
Aggressive and emotional. That's what the doctor said. They said that he's showing like he's autism.
Okay, hyperactive and autistic. Okay, all right. Here.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's. We got his weight and everything. And do you have any other brothers and sisters of this little boy?
A little sister.
And how old is she?
It's not even a year old. Maybe about 9 months.
9 months. Okay. Is she showing any signs of hyperactivity or autism yet?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay. Well, what we say for him will be good for her too, and obviously the mother. Is the mother your daughter?
No. Well, she's our friend, but she doesn't live here.
Okay, so she's not related to you by blood?
Yeah, no.
Okay. All right, Shar, this is a Shar thing. Here's a little boy, 4 years old, 49 pounds, hyperactive and autistic. How many nutrients does the brain need, Shar?
All 90.
Okay, so what would you do for this little guy, figuring for 50 pounds, what would you give him?
I give him half of a healthy brain and heart pack.
Perfect. Yep, so one healthy brain and heart pack will last 2 months, and then you divide that half a dose every day into a half. So you're going to give him a quarter of a dose, all the ingredients in the healthy brain and heart pack at breakfast, and a quarter of a dose at dinner time. So one healthy brain and heart pack will last him 2 months at this body weight. And let's see here. What would you get out of his diet? What would you remove from his diet
I'd remove all the gluten, and of course, no oils, no burnt animal fat. The same old thing. Yeah. And sugar too, as much sugar as you can.
Very good. That's what I was looking for. No sugar, and that means things you think of as being good sugar. Like molasses and honey and agave syrup and those kinds of things. Gotta stay away from all that. And that means also fruit and fruit juices. You can get all the things you need from fruit juices from steamed vegetables and cooked vegetables without the risk of the sugar. And I'd also get some eggs in them. If he likes scrambled eggs and butter, it'd be good. Soft poached eggs with a soft yolk, soft boiled eggs with a soft yolk. You can also make one of those shakes, which you can split up between the little boy and the little girl. One of our Slender shakes. Make it with heavy whipping cream or half and half, not water, because water would be a weight loss thing. So make it with half and half or heavy whipping cream, and throw in a couple of eggs in there, blend it up real good. And you can freeze it and give them little spoonfuls of it as an ice cream. Get some eggs into them and some protein, and keep them away. Got to stay away from the cereals like oatmeal and dry cereals because they have the wheat barley around oats in them. Parents forget about the oatmeal and they forget about the various packaged cereals and things. Can't have that stuff because of the gluten. Okay? And then give us a call every couple of weeks. Let us know how these two kids are doing. We'll walk you through this. They should respond very positively, very quickly. Okay, Doug, let's go to caller.
Let's head to Chicago, Illinois. And Dave, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Oh, Dave, you're on the air.
Hi, doctor. Thank you for taking my call as usual, sir.
Yes, sir. How can we?
I got two people. Hoping you can help me with both. If not, one will be fine, sir.
Okay, well, let's start out with one.
Yes, 48 years old, male, 180 pounds, sir, and 6'2" height. He suffers from canker sores, and all I could get from him was constipation. That's what he says he's complaining about as well. So, canker sores inside the mouth.
I'm sorry, what did he weigh? I got 48 years old, 6'2". How much does he weigh?
180 pounds, sir.
108 pounds, okay. Now, he's got canker sores in his mouth. Does he have any other skin issues?
Itchy skin.
Itchy skin, okay. And let's see here, itchy skin, okay. All right. So, Shar, what do you think is going on here?
It's a gluten intolerance.
You get an A+ girl, yep, the itchy skin, the constipation, those are two giveaways. Canker sores can be related to the gluten intolerance because there are certain things you can be deficient in and get canker sores, or sometimes you can have just a separate issue going on. Some people are sensitive to tomatoes, and when they eat tomatoes, and like raw tomatoes and salads, they'll get canker sores, and so he may only want to eat cooked tomatoes, boiled tomatoes, stewed tomatoes. I don't know if dried tomatoes will work or won't work, but try going without tomatoes for a month, and usually those canker sores will clear up. And let's see here. What would you give a guy, 180 pounds, Shar, to give him all 90 essential nutrients?
Well, I would give him 2 healthy brain and heart packs myself.
Okay, very good. And let's see, what would you put on his itchy skin?
I would put, the oil. I'd put the essential oil on it. Tea tree, not tea tree, trauma oil, and the Pure Works.
And the Pure Works, you could put the Sole Purpose shea butter products. I personally like the. We don't talk about it very often, but I like the pomegranate one, the shea butter pomegranate product, and it's a kind of a skin moisturizer. You can put that on. Char's exactly right. For maximum itch and pain relief, you want to use the trauma oil and the CM cream. Mix 5 drops of the trauma oil and a couple of 8 teaspoons of the CM cream. Mix it together and apply it to wherever the skin itches. And what would you give them for the constipation?
I'd try the herbal rainforest at night.
Exactly. I'd start out with a tablespoon, which is a half ounce of the herbal rainforest. This comes in quart bottles. It's a liquid. So 1 quart will last him a month at the rate of a tablespoon at bedtime with a glass of water. And the canker sores in the mouth, what would you spray on those to help them go away?
Colloidal silver.
Perfect. You get an A+ girl. And then give us a call every couple of weeks. Let us know how this guy is going, because this is pretty straightforward, but he does have to be drop-dead gluten-free. No fried foods, no processed meats, no oils, no gluten, okay? And we'll be back. The dead doctors don't lie after these messages. We're back with Dead Doctors Don't Lie on the ZBS Radio Network. Dr. Joel Wallach here for Youngevity, 94 Life Crusade. And Doug, let's go to callers.
Let's head to California. And Ren, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Hello, Ren, you're on the air.
Hey, Dr. Wallach. Thanks for taking my call. My friend Andy has got myloplastic syndrome, and he is taking Procrit and also Revlimid. And he has acid reflux and lower back pain also. And he wants to know whether he can take the Youngevity products.
Well, the short answer would be yes. Three-letter word. Yes, he can take the Youngevity products. How much does he weigh?
He's 167 pounds.
Okay. Well, myloplastic syndrome, this is somebody who's got things going on with his bone marrow. Does he have too many red blood cells or not enough red blood cells?
Not enough blood cells.
That's usually the way it goes. And it's usually called myelosclerosis or myelofibrosis. This is a manifestation of really serious osteoporosis, and the bone marrow cavity is filling up with bone matrix, which is kind of like the rebar to the bone, and as a result, it's squeezing out the cells that make red blood cells, white blood cells, and platelets. Now, how much? Let's see, this guy weighs 167 pounds. How old is he?
67.
67 years old, okay. Not unusual for a guy.
67.
Yeah, 67. Not unusual for a guy 67 years old to have osteoporosis, and it can be called myelosclerosis or myelofibrosis. Many times, the pathologists will either purposely or mistakenly identify it for multiple myeloma, which is a bone marrow cancer. But this is easily resolved. Ashar, what would you give a 167-pound guy with extreme osteoporosis where he's got myelofibrosis going on here?
I give him 2 healthy bone and joint packs and then get him some extra glucogel, too.
Okay. And what would you do for the reflux?
For the reflux, he needs to add the enzymes, ultimate enzymes.
Excellent. And Char's exactly correct. I'd go ahead and get your male friend there 2 healthy bone and joint packs. 2 healthy bone and joint packs. There's a full dose of everything twice a day except for the glucogel. He wants 15 of those a day, 5 at breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And for 2 reasons, he needs the ultimate enzymes, as Char said. He needs the ultimate enzymes, number 1, to acidify his stomach to make sure he's going to absorb all these minerals and also to stop the acid reflux. When you have acid reflux, there is no such thing as acid reflux. What should it be called, Char?
Lack of acid reflux.
There you go. Because when you get reflux, this means that you're getting a lot of gas and bloating in the stomach because it's not sterile anymore, and yeast and bacteria growing in it. And every time he eats carbohydrate from bread to sugar, fruit, and juices, they will ferment the fruit and juice and sugar and make gas, which causes the reflux. So it really should, as Char said, be called lack of acid reflux. And then for the back pain, make sure, what would you add to the program? Let's see here. You gave him the healthy bone and joint packs, and so he's going to get 2 bottles of glucogel. How many glucogel capsules would you give this guy, Char?
At least 15 a day.
There you go, 15 a day, 5 at breakfast, 5 at lunch, 5 at dinner. And then the trauma oil and the CM cream will be 2 bottles of CM cream. One comes with each of those packs of the healthy bone and joint packs. And so you can just get a couple of these little 10 ml bottles of the trauma oil, which is a blend of aromatherapy oils from our Ancient Legacy division. Put 5 drops in each teaspoon of the CM cream and have somebody apply that in his back where he has back pain. Usually within 10, 15 minutes, he's going to get significant or total pain relief for 3 to 5 hours, so he may have to do it twice or 3 times a day. But all this is resolvable, but he's got to do these things forever. He's got to stay on the diet forever, get rid of all the bad stuff, as Char said, no fried foods, no processed meats, oils, or gluten, no carbonated drinks, which neutralize stomach acid, get rid of all that, and then supplement properly. And the body wants to heal itself, and all this will support and promote maintenance repair of cartilage, ligaments, tendons, connective tissue, disc between the vertebrae. And, of course, it wouldn't hurt to throw in, as Char said, the ultimate enzymes, because it'll help acidify the stomach, make sure he salts his food to taste, and give us a call every couple of weeks, Ren, and let us know how this fellow's doing. This should resolve pretty quick. Thank you, Char. Super job as usual. Thank you so much, Doug and Richard. Superlative job as usual. God bless each and every one of you. God bless our troops. God bless our Navy SEALs. And God bless America.
Hi everyone, Andy Anderson here. Are you using those handy little bottles of gel that zap germs, bacteria, and other nasties? In today's world, that's smart, especially with all the filthy doorknobs, shopping carts, and handrails we touch every day. Here's what you may not know. Once the alcohol evaporates, goodbye effectiveness. No more protection until you use it again. PureWorks to the rescue. Our FDA-compliant foam, lotion, soap, and spray do not rely on alcohol. Their killing power lasts up to 4 hours. PureWorks disinfecting spray is EPA certified to kill swine flu, bird flu, MRSA, HIV, hepatitis B and C, and a whole host of viruses and bacteria. Mold and fungus too. It's even safe around children and pets. You'll love the soft feel of PureWorks on your hand. It actually conditions and will not dry your skin. Here's a little peace of mind knowing your hands are still germ-free hours later. Get your hands on PureWorks and get PureWorks on your hands. Stand by. Pull out your paper and pencil for your local number to order PureWorks.
Aromatherapy oils have been prized by ancient cultures for thousands of years. Essential oils are the fragrant life essence from plants that are gently removed through the process of steam distillation. Ancient legacy essential oils are of the purest concentrations from the most respected and ethical distillers worldwide, with many of Ancient Legacy's oils coming directly from families in the East that have been distilling essential oils for over 100 years, for use in restoring balance to the physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual nature of everyone. If you aren't experienced with aromatherapy, we suggest getting Ancient Legacy's Basic Starter Kit, an introductory kit specially designed for people just learning about the benefits of aromatherapy oils. To learn more about aromatherapy and essential oils, contact your local Longevity associate today. And don't forget to ask about business opportunities.
In recent years, several studies have discovered the healthy benefits of drinking coffee. Longevity has now taken it a step further with an entire product line of healthy coffees from Longevity's JavaFit line of top-shelf gourmet coffees. All JavaFit coffees are made from 100% premium, hand-selected Arabica coffee beans grown in the finest regions of Latin America, all carefully roasted, creating a delicious, rich, full-bodied flavor. If you're looking to lose weight, try JavaFit Diet Plus 62, a high-energy, gourmet coffee fortified with a blend of nutrients such as gambosia, citrus, and an extra shot of caffeine to pump up energy and help achieve a healthy weight. Unlike most diet drinks, you won't taste a difference. But for this to work, you can't load your coffee with cream and sugar. Contact your local Longevity distributor to get Javalution coffees. And don't forget to ask about the home-based business opportunity.
You've listened to physician and veterinarian Dr. Joel Wallach help many people on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie talk radio program. You've also heard hundreds of people tell how Dr. Wallach and Longevity products have changed their lives. If you're now convinced that Dr. Wallach is onto something and you want to try Longevity's premium quality products for yourself, we can connect you with a distributor that serves your local area. Simply call our special helpline voicemail at 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call right now and leave your name, telephone number, or email address, and we'll see to it that the right person contacts you shortly. Remember, the phone number, 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call now to change your life. That's 313-444-3463. You've listened to physician and veterinarian Dr. Joel Wallach help many people on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie talk radio program. You've also heard hundreds of people tell how Dr. Wallach and Longevity products have changed their lives. If you're now convinced that Dr. Wallach is onto something and you want to try Longevity's premium quality products for yourself, we can connect you with a distributor that serves your local area. Simply call our special helpline voicemail at 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call right now and leave your name, telephone number, or email address, and we'll see to it that the right person contacts you shortly. Remember, the phone number, 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call now to change your life. That's 313-444-3463. 3463.
I am Judy DeVilbus. Here I am speaking to you again. I just wanted to tell you that recently I started drinking the Whey Shakes again, the chocolate Whey Shake. And you need to remember, the Whey Shake isn't just for losing weight. It's a fantastic place to get your great protein. And if you're trying to gain weight, you can take it along with your meals. And the best part is, if you want to just have a great protein shake, do like I do. Put it over ice, stir it up, and you can sip on it for 20 minutes to an hour. I do it every single day. I absolutely love it. You need to get back to it too. It's really good for you. And it makes not fat, but it makes muscle after you work out. And you can also mix it up in a blender with an egg, and you have the most incredible health protein shake. Or mix it with a little water, stir it up, and you have a little pudding. And who doesn't like pudding?
For more information or to order, call your Youngevity distributor today. And don't forget to ask about Youngevity home-based business opportunities. You've listened to physician and veterinarian Dr. Joel Wallach help many people on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie talk radio program. You've also heard hundreds of people tell how Dr. Wallach and Youngevity products have changed their lives. If you're now convinced that Dr. Wallach is onto something and you want to try Youngevity's premium quality products for yourself, we can connect you with a distributor that serves your local area. Simply call our special helpline voicemail at 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call right now and leave your name, telephone number, or email address, and we'll see to it that the right person contacts you shortly. Remember, the phone number, 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call now to change your life. That's 313-444-3463.
Hi, this is Dr. Joel Wallach, your host of Dead Doctors Don't Lie. If you're interested in a colon cleanse, blood cleanse, liver cleanse, in the classical herbal way, you want to ask your Youngevity associate for Herbal Rainforest. Herbal Rainforest has 16 herbs, 16 cleansing herbs, classic cleansing herbs, and 77 plant minerals. That's right, and these are all organic. It doesn't get any better than that. In your busy day, and you're around all these toxins out there in your workplace, on the way home, going to work, in your food, in the air, in the water, you need Herbal Rainforest. I guarantee you, it will give you a cleanse. You can control the dose. It's a liquid. It tastes good. It doesn't get any better than this. A colon that's happy makes you happy. Nothing better than a happy colon. Herbal Rainforest. Clean it out.
For more information on this product or others you've heard about on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie radio program, call your local Youngevity associate today. And don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities.
Greetings, everyone. Judy DeVilbus here. What do you think of when you hear the words tangy tangerine? Well, I think of like a sweet, tangy tasting something. Well, what I'm referring to is the Ultimate Tangy Tangerine. It's a fantastic product. It has everything you need, and a great benefit is it's very, very delicious. It's very easy to drink. I've suggested it even to youngsters. Even children like it. Even little guys. Even little girls. They come right into my office. Their parents can't get them to take those chewable, and besides that, they're not as good as Tangy Tangerine. And I give them a little taste of that, and you know something? They're pleased as punch. So, if it's good for a child and it tastes delicious, why not you? There's no excuse not to take a vitamin when it tastes as good as that does. So how about it? Tangy Tangerine should be the answer to all of your nutritional program problems.
For more information or to order, call your Youngevity distributor today. And don't forget to ask about Youngevity home-based business opportunities. Fish has been thought of as a brain food for eons, but it's not the fish that's key. It's actually the essential fatty acids, EFAs, or omega-3s found in fish, called essential because they're necessary for good health and your body can't make them. So they must be consumed through diet or supplementation. Youngevity has developed the perfect supplement in SmartFX, an acronym for Sustained Memory and Retrieval Time, a concentration of DHA and EPA, both members of the omega-3 family. Longevity, supporting neural path function and cardiovascular health for optimal mental concentration, awareness, focus, and agility. If you've got a mentally demanding career, you're a student crunching for the big test, or just want to maintain health for a sense of well-being, try Smart FX from Longevity. If you'd like to learn more about nutritional supplementation, call your local Longevity associate, and don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities.
Hey, if you're like me, your life is hectic. You don't know where you're going to be next. Between kids and family and in-laws and work and traffic and everything else that's driving me crazy right now, my life is insane. I bet your life's insane as well. When do we have time to get every single nutrient we need to be healthy? When? Well, I've got a tip for you. Take a product called Pollen Burst. It's so simple, even I can do it. All you have to do is open the package, pour it in water, mix it up, and bam, you're ready to go. It tastes great. It's not one of those medicine tasting things. It tastes great, low in calories, helps curb your appetite, gives you natural energy that doesn't let you crash, gives you your vitamins, minerals, nutrients, everything from the plant world. And I gotta tell you, for a busy person like me or a busy person like you, we need simple, we need good. Pollen Burst is your answer. Tastes great. Try it, and you'll feel better.
Call your local Longevity distributor to find out how Pollen Burst can make you feel better. And don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities. You've listened to physician and veterinarian Dr. Joel Wallach help many people on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie talk radio program. You've also heard hundreds of people tell how Dr. Wallach and Longevity products have changed their lives. If you're now convinced that Dr. Wallach is onto something and you want to try Longevity's premium quality products for yourself, we can connect you with a distributor that serves your local area. Simply call our special helpline voicemail at 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call right now and leave your name, telephone number, or email address, and we'll see to it that the right person contacts you shortly. Remember, the phone number, 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call now to change your life. That's 313-444-3463. Do certain foods cause you to bloat or experience gas? Do you wake up in the middle of the night with heartburn? Are you forced to sleep on piles and piles of pillows to cut down on heartburn? Have you been diagnosed with acid reflux or gastroesophageal reflux disease? If any of these describes you, then you've got digestive problems. I was awakened with heartburn almost every night for over 20 years. Then I heard Dr. Wallach and realized all of the antacids I'd been using were actually part of the problem. My stomach acid wasn't too strong, it wasn't strong enough. So I started taking the ultimate enzymes from Longevity. Now all of the heartburn, belching, and bloating are gone, and I can sleep through the night without piling on the pillows. And I'm back to eating the spicy foods I love. If you'd like to learn more about nutritional supplementation, call your local Longevity associate, and don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities.
Numerous studies have shown the link between the intake of antioxidants and disease prevention. Foods and supplements are measured in an ORAC scale. ORAC is an acronym for Oxygen Radical Absorption Capacity. In other words, the ability to remove disease-causing free radicals from the human body. Longevity's Cell Shield RTQ has an ORAC value of 15,800 points per serving. Cell Shield RTQ contains resveratrol, known as an anti-aging compound, turmeric, known for promoting healthy digestion, brain function, immune system, and cellular longevity. Quercetin, a flavonoid, is known for promoting healthy blood sugar metabolism and healthy lung and cardiovascular function. Remove free radicals from your body with Cell Shield RTQ from Longevity. If you'd like to learn more about nutritional supplementation, call your local Longevity associate, and don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities.